questions. Here is the first one. Please try it first. After that, we shall start doing it together. So please do this question. Please try this question. After that, we'll be doing it together. Okay, I'm sure you all have tried. I mean, this is an easy question, and of course, NMAT does ask you these kind of questions. So therefore, we are discussing the same of the questions of same difficulty level. Let's start doing it. Two pipes P and Q can fill a water tank in 6 minutes and 4.5 minutes respectively, and pipe R can drain this tank in 12 minutes. So pipe P can fill it in 6 minutes, pipe Q can fill it in 4.5 minutes, and pipe R can drain it in 12 minutes. So I will assume the total capacity of the tank, right, as an LCM of 6, 4.5 and 12. The LCM of 6 and 4.5, that will be, I think, 18, and 18 and 12, their LCM is 36. So let us assume the capacity of the tank is 36 liters. If the capacity of the tank is 36 liters, I can say that P can fill 6 liters in every minute, Q can fill 8 liters in every minute, and R can take out 3 liters every minute. R is taking out, please keep that in mind, that R is taking out 3 liters every minute. Now, all three pipes are opened alternately for 1 minute, starting with P for the first minute. So, first P is open, then Q, then R, then again P, then again Q, then R. That way he is saying they are open. Question is, how much time is required to fill the tank completely? So, how much time would be required to fill it? So, simply I would put it like this. First of all, 6 units are filled in by P, then 8 units are filled in by Q, then 3 units are taken out by R. So ultimately 11 units are filled in the first 3 minutes. Of course, in the next 3 minutes, again there would be 11 units, 6, 8 and minus 3. So we already have 22 units. In the next minute, 6 units would come. So 22 plus 6 would become 28. In the next minute, 8 units would come by Q. So 28 plus 8 would become 36, and we wanted only 36. So straight away at this moment, the tank would be filled, and I see PQR, PQR and PQ. That takes me a total of 8 minutes to fill the tank. So my answer for this question is option E, that is equal to 8. Now, in this question, many people actually make a mistake that they divide 36 by 11 and multiply by 3. By that logic, you get the answer. This is wrong. So, I'm sure you all have read about it, that when the job is being done alternately, you do not straight away use this formula like this. If total work is done in these many days, so 1 unit will be done in these many days, and these many units will be done in these many days. You rather find out the multiples of it. 11 units are formed in 3 days. So 22 units are formed in 6 days. 33 units are formed in 9 days. But here the important part is that on that ninth day, what was happening? On that ninth day, 3 were taken out. If after taking out 3 you had 33, that means before that you had 36. So that would have given you the answer straight away as 8 minutes. That was question number 1. I'm sure it is understood to all. I'll move on to question number 2 now. Question number 2 on your screen is here. Hi, Ritik Kumar Patil. Good afternoon. So please try this question now. Question number 2. Okay, music core has got the answer as B. So let's start doing this question number 2 as well. शुरू करते हैं. What does the question say? Okay. It says 2 years before the ratio of the ages of Matthew and Brian was 13 is to 20, and 7 years hence the ratio of their ages will be 5 is to 7. So 2 years ago the ratio was 13 is to 20, and 7 years hence he says the ratio will be 5 is to 7. Though, of course, these questions can be done easily by taking some variables. Let me tell you the general method of doing this first. The general method is, let us say 2 years ago, their ages were 13x and 20x, right? So if 2 years ago they were 13x and 20x, today they are 13x plus 2 and 20x plus 2. And 7 years hence, they would be plus 7 and plus 7. The question says this ratio is equal to 5 is to 7. So I will have 13 sevens are 91x plus 9 sevens are 63 is 100x plus 9 fives are 45. This gives me 9x is equal to 18 or x is equal to 2. Right? So if x is equal to 2, I can say 2 years ago their ages were 26 and 40. So by that we can answer the questions later on. But is there any easier way of getting that 26 and 40? Yes, it is there. I'll talk about that as well. But first of all, if the present age of Matthew's daughter is 3 by 7 of present age of Brian. So what is the present age of these two guys? 2 years ago they were 26 and 40. So today they are 28 and 42. This is the age of Matthew and this is the age of Brian. He says today's age of Matthew's daughter is 3/7 of Brian's age. So what is 3 by 7 of this? 3 by 7 of this is 80. I'm sure all of you understood this solution, right? By taking variables, of course, this can be done easily. But I was talking about other solution in which you can do this question in a simpler way as well. Let's talk about that too. उसके बारे में बात करता हूं मैं. 2 years ago, the ratio was 13 is to 20, and 7 years hence, the ratio is 5 is to 7. The point is, the difference in the ages of people never changes. The difference in the ages of people, it never changes. If today I am 3 years elder to my brother, I would be 3 years elder whole my life. After 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, जब भी आप बात करो, I'll be 3 years elder too. So the difference here I see is equal to 7. But the difference here that I see is equal to 2. I want the difference to be same. So how can I make the difference same? Can I just multiply this ratio by 2 and this ratio by 7? They both will give you the same difference. करके देखिए. It would become 26 and 40. It would become 7 5s are 35 and 49. Right? If the ages of two people were 26 and 42 years back, after 7 years, their ages would become 35 and 49. See now that 26 after 9 years it becomes 35 and 40 after 9 years it becomes 49. When the differences are made same, you immediately. I think I got disconnected in between, but I'm sure the solution reached you, right? Yes, there is some lag. I'm sorry for that. So here is now question number 3 with all of you. I'm sure you all can see the question now. So please try this question as well. Okay, try question number 3 now. क्वांट व सरल सीरीज से बहुत हेल्प मिली है क्वांट के लिए. थैंक यू सर फॉर द ऑसम सीरीज. थैंक यू वेरी मच रितिक फॉर अप्रिशिएटिंग. थैंक्स अ लॉट. वीरेंद्र सिंह, नाउ आई एम अज्यूमिंग इट इज ओके. Yes, Ritik, music core. I'm sure now there is no lag. All is okay. I had some internet issue in between. Okay, thank you. Please start doing it now. Okay, let's do it now. What does the question say? A sum of rupees 18,750 is left by will by a father to be divided between two sons, 12 and 14 years of age, so that when they attain maturity at 18, the amount received by each at 5% simple interest will be the same. Find the sum allotted to each one of them. Now, 18,750 rupees are there. They are divided between two people. One would get something, one would get something. And you are getting 5% simple interest. Now, one person is 12 years of age, one person is 14 years of age. So, can I say he would be getting interest for next 4 years, but he would be getting interest for next 6 years? Okay, because everyone would get the money after 18 years of age. So once the person who is 12 years old, he will be getting the money after 6 years. The other one would be getting it after 4 years. Now at 5% simple interest in 6 years, this guy would get 30% interest and this person would get 20% interest. So his amount would become 1.3 times of his principal. His amount would become 1.2 times of his principal, and we want these to be equal, right? We want them to be equal. If these two should be equal, that straight away means the ratio of the two principals is the ratio of 1.3 and 1.2. This must be the ratio. That is 13 is to 12. Because if 1.3 P1 is equal to 1.2 P2, I can say P1 divided by P2 is equal to 12 divided by 13, right? So divide 18,750 in the ratio of 12 by 13. So I can say one of them would be 12 by 12 plus 13 and the other one would be 13 by 12 plus 13. So 25 would cancel it out at what? 25 sevens are 175 and 25 fives are, and 12 into 750, it is 9,000. So 9,000 is the principal of one guy, and the remaining, that is 18,750 minus 9,000, 9,750 would be with the other guy. So my answer for this question is going to be option C. So C is the right answer for this question. Okay, but yes, from this question I would suggest that please keep this in your mind always, that if a certain percentage of a number is equal to certain percentage of another number, then ratio of the numbers is the ratio of those percentages, but in reverse order. If 12% of P1 is equal to 13% of P2, then P1 by P2 would be 13 by 12, not 12 by 13. There would be reversed while calculating that, as you see here. So 1.3 times of it is equal to 1.2 times of it. So the ratio is not 13 by 12. The ratio is 12 by 13, which is reverse of that. Okay. So that was question number 3. I'll move ahead now to question number 4 on your screen is here. Hi Aditya. Good afternoon. So by mistake, I have showed you the answer key as well. Let's start doing this question now. Okay. So he says a shopkeeper fixes the marked price of the goods 40% above the cost price. So let us say the cost price is 100. So he fixes the marked price 40% above, that is 140. He sold 30% of the goods at marked price, 25% of the goods at 20% discount, and rest of the goods at 40% discount. I have to do 30% of the goods. I have to take 25%, that is 1 by 4 of the goods, and I have to take rest of the goods. So the number of goods should be a multiple of 4 as well as 10, so that I can easily take 3 by 10 of them and I can easily take 1 by 4 of them. So therefore I am assuming that there are 20 goods, right? Let us say there are 20 goods. So 3 by 10 of 20, 3 by 10 of 20 is 6. 6 of them are sold at the marked price. That means at a price of 140. That means they are sold for a total 840 rupees. 25% of them are 5, right? 1 by 4 of 20 is 5. They are sold at 20% discount. So 20% discount on 140, it is 112. So they are sold for 112 into 5, that is 560 rupees. And the rest of the goods at 40% discount. Rest of the goods is 9. They are at 40% discount. Now 40% of 140 would be equal to 56. So when a discount of 56 is given, they are sold for 84 rupees each. So 9 into 84, if I calculate, that will be 756. So ultimately my total selling price is 6, 5 and then 21. So they are sold for 2156 rupees. Whereas the total cost of all these items, 20 goods at a price of 100 each, is 2000. Cost is 2000. Selling price is 2156. What is my final profit percentage? So the final profit percentage is 156 rupees on a total of 2000 rupees. This is 7.8%. So easily I get my answer as option B, which is 7.8%. Right? Simple questions are these. So, as I said, that arithmetic is an area on which they all ask you questions, and arithmetic is probably the easiest area in the quantitative aptitude option section. So, please do all these questions thoroughly, practice them a lot many times, and as someone mentioned, watch that series as well, Quant to Saral. There we actually discuss these kind of solutions for the questions that have appeared in CAT examinations. Okay. Let's move on to the next question now. Question number 5 on your screen is here. So, what is the answer for question number 5? Okay, so I'm sure now all of you have tried this question. Let us start doing it together. Okay, so what does the question say? A boat takes a total of 10 hours to travel upstream in river from point P to point Q and then from point Q to point R downstream. So the boat goes from point P to point Q, but while coming back, it comes to some point R. From P to Q, the river is actually upstream for him, right? He came back to R and the total time taken is 10 hours. So of course, solve it. So 5 threes are 15, 3 sevens are 21. I get x by 3 plus x by 7 is equal to 10. So this gives me 10x by 21 is equal to 10, or x is 21. If x is 21, question says find the distance PQ. PQ is 2x plus 3x, 5x. X is 21. What is 5x? 5x is 21 into 5. So 105 kilometers is the correct answer for us for this particular question. A option is the right answer. Okay. So I see some messages that class is still lagging. So I'm having some internet issues for actually last 2-3 days. Yesterday also somehow I had to cancel the class because of that. मुझे लग रहा है आज भी वही दिक्कत है, बट मैं एक बार दोबारा रिपीट कर देता हूँ. आई थिंक नाउ इट इज ओके, सो लेट मी रिपीट इट वंस अगेन. एक बार और कर लेते हैं. सो व्हाट डिड आई डू हियर? लेट्स डिस्कस अबाउट दैट. ओके, हाँ जी. आई एम सेइंग that the boat went from P to Q and came back from Q to R, and the ratio of PR and QR is 2:3. Upstream, that means when he was going, the river was against him. And when the river was against him, he was going upstream, his speed was 15. So he traveled this 5x at a speed of 15. And he came back only till point R. So he traveled 3x at a speed of downstream speed, which is 21. And total time is 10. By equating it, I got x as 21. And because the total distance is being asked, which is 5x, so 5 into 21 is the correct answer. Okay. Now, how would I do this question in a slightly easier way? Let me talk about that as well. When I was talking about this question, what did I think of? I saw the distance from P to Q is in a ratio of 3 is to 2. Sorry, 2 is to 3. Okay. Upstream speed is 15. Downstream speed is 21. I took an LCM of 15 and 21. Let's say 105 kilometers is the distance. You know that I'm generally against the variables. I assume the total distance is 105. Now, what about, I mean, assuming like this? Can we do that? See, currently I'm not looking at this 10. If only speeds are there, what is the time taken to cover 105? I'll check that. If 105 is the total distance, divided it in a ratio of 2 is to 3, it will become 42 and 63. So the person went 42, sorry, to complete 105 at a speed of 15 and came back 63 at a speed of 21. How much time did he take? 10. That means 105 is my answer. What if it was not 10? Let's say it is 5. So if 105 kilometers is traveled in 5 hours, so how much distance would be traveled in 10 hours? Double of 105. Then my answer would have been 210. Let's say I would have got 2. So if 105 is covered in 2 hours, in what time? 10 hours would be, sorry, for what distance 10 hours would be taken? 10 hours is 5 times of 2. Then I would have done 5 times of 105. So same 105 would have been increased or decreased according to time given in the question. मेरा time taken इतना आ रहा है, क्वेश्चन का इतना है, तो जितने टाइम्स वो होता उतने टाइम में डिस्टेंस को कर देता. दैट वुड हैव गिवन मी द आंसर फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. ओके, I hope you understood this. I'll move ahead then. Question number 6 on your screen is here. PhD बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, क्या करूं? So I would say just please see first of all what kind of problem is there. Is it conceptual problem or you are not able to understand the question or any kind of interpretation problem? So find that out and work accordingly. Conceptual है तो concept दोबारा पढ़िए, ठीक है. इंटरप्रिटेशन में दिक्कत है तो प्रैक्टिस और कीजिए. आई थिंक दैट विल बी बेटर देन. चलिए, लेट्स स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस क्वेश्चन. Padam purchased 30 kg of rice at the rate of this and 30 kg rice at a certain rate which is not given. So 30 kg is purchased at a price of 17.5. Another 30 kg is purchased at a price which we do not know. He mixed the two and sold the entire mixture at 18.6 kg and 20% profit is there. If your selling price is 18.6 and you have got a 20% profit on that, so that means your cost price is 18.6 divided by 1.2. 20% profit अगर है तो 1.2 से आप इसको डिवाइड करेंगे। सो डिवाइड करिएगा कितना आता है, सो 12 1 जा 12, 12 5 जा 60, 12 5 जा 60, दैट मींस द रिजल्टेंट प्राइस इज 15.5. इट्स वेरी सिंपल because both the quantities are same. So even allegation would say that अगर दोनों quantities same है, that means the price would be the average of the two prices. एक price 17.5 है, average 15.5 है, so the other price should be 13.5. तभी तो average 15.5 आएगा. So my answer for this question should be option B. Yes, it is 13.5. So because of both being 30 kgs, the question became easy for us. Otherwise, probably we would have done a little bit more work on this. Okay. चलो आगे बढ़ जाते हैं, क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 ऑन योर स्क्रीन नाउ. Here is question number 7 now. Okay, I think we can start now. Let's start doing this question. चलिए. Kathy broke her piggy bank and found A 50-cent notes and B $2 coins. If she had A $2 coins and if B 50-cent coins, then the amount with her would have been 70% more. Which of the following is a possible value of B? So currently she has A coins of 50 cent, saying that if there were A $2 coins and B 50 cent, that means had they been interchanged, this money would have been 70% more than the previous one. So that means 1.7 times of the previous amount is equal to the new amount, because this new amount is 70% more than the previous one. So here I get 85A plus 340B is equal to 50B plus 200A. So what do I get from there? I get 340B minus 50B is 290B is equal to 115A. Or if I just cancel out, I can say that the value of B is equal to 115A divided by 290. 5 can cancel it out at 23, 5 can cancel it out at 58. I can say B is 23 by 58 times of A. And this expression tells me A must be a multiple of 58, otherwise B would be a fraction. And B must be a multiple of 23, otherwise A would be a fraction, because A is 58 by 23B, right? So B should be a multiple of 23 and A should be a multiple of 58. Which is the multiple of 23 here, because the question is talking about B? The only multiple of 23 is 46. So the correct answer for this question is option D, that is 46. I'm sure all of you answered this question. How many cents make $1? So Virendra Singh, I think in the exam also they would be assuming it that people know that $1 is equal to 100 cents, because $1 is like 1 rupee and 1 cent is like 1 paisa. The way we have 1 rupee is equal to 100 paisa, similarly they have $1 is equal to 100 cents. Okay. Chale, let's move on to question number 8 now. Question number 8 on your screen is here. Yes, Ritik, that's right. 100 cents to make a dollar. सर ये सब GMAT टाइप के क्वेश्चंस हैं काका एक्चुअली NMAT is conducted by the same authority that conducts GMAT. It is GMAC, right? GMAC is the authority that is conducting the NMAT examination. So yes, there is a good possibility that the kind of questions that you see in NMAT, they are quite similar to those of GMAT only. And therefore NMAT now has become adaptive exam because GMAT is also an adaptive exam. What is the date of NMAT, Abhishek? It will be out very soon, but generally it happens for a period of 3 months. It will start somewhere around in October because you can give multiple attempts in NMAT, right? So therefore it goes on for a very long. Let's start doing it, guys. John invested $P in a scheme called Profit, which offers 20% compound interest per annum for 2 years. After 2 years, he invested the same amount received from the scheme in another scheme that offered 10% compound interest per annum for 1 year. If he received a total of 19800 at the end of the year, find the value of 2p. Question is asking for 2p. So whatever p was, it was first increased by 20% for 2 years. So it became 1.2 into 1.2. And then he again got a 10% interest. So it became 1.1 times. And the final amount that he got is 19800. It's simple then, right? So I can cancel it out by 11 at 18000. Then I can cancel it out from 12 at 15000. Then I can cancel it out from 12 once again at 12 ones are 12. And then I have 3, 12 twos are 24 and 6, 5. So 12500 becomes the value of P. If the value of P is 12500, value of 2p is 25,000. So that's the right answer. Looks like a very simple question straight away, isn't it? Directly उसी lines पे चल रहा है ना, ये तो बहुत ही simple सा है. That first it was increased by 20% for 2 years, so it became 1.2, 1.2 twice. And then it was increased by 10%, so it became 1.1 times. Bus 1.2, 1.2 or 1.1 से we divided on the right hand side and we got the value of P as 12500. That's the right answer for question number 8. Okay. I'm assuming that there would not be any problem in question number 8 as well. Let's move ahead on question number 9. It's a simple question. How many of you can answer this correctly? Let us do this now. So the cost price of a watch has increased by 20%. A trader revised the selling price of the watch to maintain the same profit percentage. It is found that he got $15 more in profit on selling the watch after the revised selling price. Find his new profit. I am assuming, let's say his cost was $100 first. Okay. And let's say he was having an X% of profit. So can I say his selling price was 100 plus X, right? Now he has increased the price by 20%. So the new price is 120, but he wants the same profit percentage, that is X%. So what is the selling price that he wants now? It should be 120 plus X% of 120, right guys? 20% plus X% of 120. And X% of 120 would be 120 into X divided by 100. I can also call it as 120 plus 6 by 5X. Now the question is saying that this new selling price, it is found that he got $15 more in profit on selling the watch. So his profit has increased by 15. What was his profit before? His profit before was X. What is his profit now? His profit now is 6 by 5X. Question says the difference in the profits is equal to $15. So can I say X is equal to $75? That means previously his profit was $75. So what is his profit now? It is $90. So my right answer for this question should be option C. That makes it difficult. There is one simple logic that I use here. If the cost price is increased by 20%, but you have the same profit percentage, can I say my selling price should also increase by 20%? See, simply, when you want to have the same profit percentage is dependent upon SP and CP, right? SP by CP gives me profit percentage. If I increase it by 20%, that means I multiply it by 1.2. If I multiply this also by 1.2, the ratio would not change. The profit would remain the same. If you want the same profit percentage, sorry, not profit remain the same, profit percentage remains the same. So if you want the same profit percentage, you have to increase your selling price also by 20%. You are saying that your profit increased by $15, right? So this $15 should be 20% of the profit. Why? Previously the profit was SP minus CP. Now the profit is 1.2 SP minus 1.2. Oh God, I once again see it was buffering, and there was still once again a lag. So it looks like I'll go back once again and talk about it, whatever you have missed. I was saying if cost price is increased by 20%, to have the same profit percentage, can I say the selling price should also be increased by the same same percentage? Because this would make sure that the ratio of SP and CP would not change if they both are increased by the same percentage. And by whatever percentage they both have been increased, it will give me the profit percentage as same, but the profit will also increase by the same percentage as these two have been increased. Because previously the profit was SP minus CP, and now the profit is 1.2 SP minus 1.2 CP. So now it has become 20% more. 20% ज्यादा हो गया ना अब मेरा profit, right? So अगर question कहता है profit has increased by $15 and we know it increased by 20%, whose 20% is 15? 75. So 75 was the profit previously, 90 is the profit now. By that logic, we got the answer as 90. Okay? That brings us to the last question. So please try this. I'm sorry for the lags today. Somehow something completely out of my hands. My internet is behaving a little bizarre today. Not only today, rather, it's been doing it for last 2, 3 days. And let's do the last question now. Okay. The difference between the lengths of two trains is 200. So let us say one length is L, so the other is L plus 200. Okay. They can cross each other in 12 seconds when moving in opposite directions. So when they are moving in opposite directions, of course, they would be covering L plus 200 at a speed of x plus y. Suppose the speed of the first train is x, speed of the second train is y. So they are covering at a speed of x plus y in 12 seconds. And in 32 seconds when they are moving in the same direction, if they are moving in the same direction, once again they would be covering L plus 200, but at the speed of x minus y, because same direction means the speed should be subtracted in 32 seconds. Question says find the speed of the faster train if the speed of the slower is 40. So one of them is 40, the slower one is 40. So let's take this as 40. So what is the faster one? Find the ratio. When the distances are same, the ratio of speed is inverse of the ratio of time. So ratio of speed is x plus 40 by x minus 40. It is inverse of the ratio of time. So that should be 32 by 12. Or 4 8s are 32, 4 3s are 12. Just by cross multiplying, we get 3x plus 120 is equal to 8x minus 320, or 5x is equal to 440. Straight away, I get x is equal to 88. And before that, the again internet start lagging, we have got the answer as 88 for this question. Okay, so 88 is the speed. Just by getting the ratios, we get the. Okay, everyone. So that was the last question of the day. I think you will be meeting again in some other session. Till then, bye bye, and please take care of yourself. Have a good day, guys.